What's up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to the Nana manga, this time with volume 18, chapter 67, I believe. Last chapter really wasn't my favourite. Actually, it was probably one of my probably the least favourite chapter so far. I haven't had one I've disliked or even been average on. And last chapter was quite average on it. I didn't absolutely hate it or anything, but I'm not sure I'm enjoying the direction of seeing so much of the future. Again, I'm probably maybe on an island with that, but I don't know. I kind of liked it more as a kind of like, it just foretells a bit too much of like what's going on in the current, if that makes any sense. Like how the characters end up in the future is just like spoiling us a little bit. Of course, it'll be very interesting to see how they got there and such, especially with the whole Osaki situation, with her singing in England. But there was some really nice scenes, especially with Nobu and Komatsu. I think were really great last week. But other than that, I didn't really enjoy too much from what we did see. Again, here it is, some really cute scenes. Nobu's still wearing a bloody dog leash choker thing. And yeah, it felt like an awfully short chapter as well. I think it actually was just genuinely a short chapter. Although I think I did mention that pretty much all the chapters are going to be slightly shorter because we have a 70-page special at the end. But we'll just switch over to this site quickly to see the covers in colour. Do let me know what you guys think about this chapter though down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys do like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. And turns out this is actually part of the next chapter. I did end up looking at this last week. I said it was quite a I can't remember what I said about the album cover, but it looks pretty damn cool in colour, doesn't it? Classic Japanese black spot, which again I think is like a haunting spot or something like that. I'm currently I'm not playing, and I can't physically play, but I'm currently watching a playthrough of not Haunting Ground, Clock Tower 3, and it looks like a hell of a lot of fun. I really like games like that. Currently, I'm waiting for my Left 4 Dead 2, which I just bought. I played it years ago, maybe over 10 years ago now. I played it and I loved it, but yeah, rebuying it because it's been so long. And it's actually quite cheap, and I think it's probably a good investment as well, because I don't think it's going to get any re-releases or anything, unfortunately. It's a bit of an investment for the future as well. I do like my Japanese black spots, haunted places, and then we've got this lovely cover artwork here. Absolutely lovely. I really like Komatsu's hair in this shot. It's quite Junko-esque, I'd say, perhaps. Almost a little bit Rasta. Searching for our dreams. I Yazawa's pure creation. Ichigo, which I think means strawberry. Sweet strawberries. I do love strawberries. I remember when I went on my first ever holiday. I think I just turned 18. I went to Amsterdam, and all I had for dinner one night was strawberries. I just bought a massive box of strawberries. I didn't really cook myself too much or anything back then. So I was just like, oh, shit, what do I buy for tea? Oh, I guess I'm getting a shitload of beers and some strawberries. I remember that night, me and my friends, I think we ended up buying we bought hundreds of beers, and we drank them all, which would sound ridiculous. And there was only 4 of us, but the beers were like literally like this big. So yeah, we literally had one like every 15 minutes. That was very fun. I remember I did smoke a bit of marijuana, and it was the best stuff I ever smoked in my life. Like not in terms of like strength or anything, but it genuinely tastes like, when we smoked it, it genuinely tasted like apple. Like there was this apple one, and I think there was a lemon one or something. But especially the apple one, I remember that's the only time I've ever tasted marijuana where it actually tasted like something other than marijuana. It was quite nuts. I think just goes to show how good fruit is. Fruit is just like such a lovely flavour. I love eating my fruits. I at least have a banana, apple, mainly pineapple. Pineapple's my favorite. It was my favorite. I'm maybe getting a little bit sick of it now because I'm having it so much, but pineapple I will say has always been my favorite. I always love a bit of pineapple. Yeah, I always even have apple, pineapple, banana, stuff like that. Usually pears are alright. There's a lot of quite exotic fruits I don't really get to have. I usually kind of drink them in like smoothies or something, but physically, I can't say I've ever physically ate a mango, for example. But yeah, this is a lovely cover, this, isn't it? Draft Nest has returned to Japan. Hachi and Takumi meet once again. And what happens to Nana and Ren? Okay, and let's get back to where we usually go. Oh, I'm right here. Yeah, definitely looks a lot better in color, doesn't it? Still looks fantastic here. And it's a Hachi. What does that say? Oh, I should have read that on the other fucking page. I'll get it back up quickly. Can we see? It's actually even harder to see. It's harder to see in color, actually. I don't know what that says. There's a W and an R. There's an R at the start and then a W afterwards. I think. There's no chances there. Maybe it says black stones. I don't know. I don't know. Let's not spend too much time on that. Although, again, the chapters are shorter, so probably have a bit more free time to do whatever the hell I want during these videos. Waiting room 1A. Japan is so fucking stiff with their naming systems and stuff, aren't they? Of like their stuff like this is just like common practice, of course, but like with the names of their like prefectures and the names of like their residencies and stuff, they're all so mathematically kind of pleasing, if that makes sense. You can tell the people that like create this stuff is just like very old, perhaps classical in the way they do things in terms of like they just name like prefectures like 3-1A, stuff like that. It's just also again just like mathematically just easy to sort out for the government, I imagine. An apartment near Aoyama Cemetery. Shin's from that area, but I confirmed the apartment name. He's living back at home. But I can't imagine Shin going home to his dad's place. Maybe he's out partying somewhere. And thank you guys. I might have mentioned it last week, but thank you guys for letting me know the difference between. This was probably a few weeks ago now for you guys, but the difference between Freira and the woman that's prostituting Shin, which I imagine he's with right now. Well, Ginpei was worried about that too. I think they said last week he was late for his for the meeting or something, wasn't he? But he got staff to stake out the place all night. Yeah. But Shin never went out. And Shin's father's out of the country on business. So maybe he only goes home when his dad's not around. I can never make myself love Shinichi. Not ever. I didn't realise Shin was going out so much. The only time I see him is during band stuff. Honestly, I haven't had time to worry about Shin. Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. We've never actually seen Shin and Yasu be too close, have we? Usually like Shin and Hachi, or Shin and Ren, or Shin and Nana. Shin and Nobu get along quite well. Would you say they're like the least two, the two characters that have perhaps interacted the least out of like the Trap Nest characters? Yasu and Shin, I think so. Although, as we see here, Yasu kind of looks after Shin from the shadows of sorts. I'm not sure Shin would accept help like up front and stuff, would he? in terms of what he's going through now, especially. But yeah, just thinking about it, like obviously Nana has good ties with everyone in Blackstone. Did I call them Trap Nest? Apologies if I did. Nana has good relationships with everyone in Blackstones. Nobu as well. And Yasu got good ties with both, but especially with Nana, but Nobu as well. But again, now I'm thinking about it, yeah, Shin and Yasu definitely aren't the closest, are they? From what I've seen, anyway. Maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. I didn't realise Shin was going out so much. The only time I see him is during band stuff. Honestly, I haven't had time to worry about Shin. You've got too much on your plate, Yasu. He has right now. You were all worried about Misuzu and Misato too. I'm sorry for being dependent on you for so much. No. As the band manager, I'm ordering you so that everyone take care of themselves and just concentrate on the tour starting tomorrow. Good job, Misato. I think that's Yasu can get a bit tied up with that, can't he? Helping other people too much. Good job. Good order. Alright. Sorry. Oh man. It's so adorable. Good morning. Sorry we're late. You made him late? No, I went to pick him up at the right time. You have to watch him better. Shin, you don't have to push yourself if you're not feeling good. You can do the rehearsal tomorrow. I'm alright. I just overslept. Overslept? It's absolutely pissed. Damn. The more I try not to worry, the more I worry. I haven't trained myself. Trained for what? Alright. I'll chew you out later. Let's start rehearsing. Funny, Osaki's like the forefront of this picture, but the biggest part that stands out to me is Shin at the back here. That's a One Piece mouth right there as well, by the way. Giant. Hey, Koano, you're here. This is a nice shot. I like this. Pretty damn cool shot. With the lights and everything. He looks very wholesome there, doesn't he, this guy? Like he's watching his like daughter doing like a stage play or something. Like he's like very proud of his daughter at like a school festival or something. What this guy looks like right now. Very pleased. Oh, apologies, guys. Anna's at the top of her game. Fucking hell, I'm having my voice right there. That was like a gargly voice. Anna's at the top of her game. She's hitting all the high notes perfectly. But maybe she shouldn't sing full on right now and save her voice for the concert. Her voice is already kind of strained. Well, it's the big day they've been waiting for. Let her sing her heart out. I don't know about you guys, but I've seen quite a bit of live music, and a lot of the time it's obviously worse than the studio kind of sound. I would say sometimes it does sound better live. Sometimes it obviously there's a vibe and atmosphere that you can only get while watching live music, but in terms of like pure quality, it's definitely worse most cases. But I've definitely heard. I think I remember I watched Travis Scott once. I've never been a big fan in general, which again is probably a very unpopular opinion. I'm not too big a fan of too much modern music, especially rap music in general nowadays. I used to be a big fan of like 2000s, 90s rap music. And yeah, I remember especially Travis Scott. I remember especially being fucking terrible live, and I was watching everyone around me like seemingly kind of enjoy it. I'm pretty sure most of them were faking it because I was just there, kind of bewilderment, like what the fuck. And I think I stayed for like maybe 2 or 3 songs. It was at a festival, not just there for him. And yeah, it was fucking awful. It sounded terrible. I've seen plenty of acts that have sounded terrible live. You get that quite a bit with quite a few kind of screamo-ish kind of rock bands, um, where you can just tell like the singer has just like put like Nana here probably just put too much into so many past performances that it's very much strained their voice. Remember there was something like that with Mikey Way from My Chemical Romance, which I used to be a massive fan of when I was a teenager. I used to absolutely love My Chemical Romance. There's a soft spot for them for sure, but I don't listen to them nowadays. But yeah, they used to be my favourite, and I remember I never did get to see them live, unfortunately, but just listened to the performances like through the time I was a fan. It definitely like you heard the strain on the singer's voice. When you do songs that require that much, that is what happens, isn't it? Whereas you can have like legends like oh, what's that guy's name? It's not Sinatra, is it? No, it's not Frank Sinatra, but he's a legendary singer. Tom, Tom fucking Cleverly, Tom Jones, that's the one. This guy still sounds pretty damn good to this day, and people like that. Well, it's the big day we've been waiting for. Let her sing her heart out. We can let her rest on her laurels. We need this tour to change their reputation. From a manufactured one-hit wonder band. I think I've mentioned this before about how that's like one of the biggest hurdles in music nowadays, isn't it? You get, if you remember, like Carly Rae Jepsen, I think her name is, and like people like that. I imagine she's been successful away from that, but they usually have this mega massive hit that just like goes super viral, and then it's just never followed up on. If you remember that Gautier song as well, like there's been plenty of like one-off amazing songs by artists that you'll never listen to again. And it's hard, like they say here, it's hard for you to actually just keep churning out these one-hit wonders, and then obviously you're no longer a one-hit wonder. But I think that's like the biggest thing, isn't it? Just like you can make your first one as successful as you can, but like you've got to have a plan to follow up on that in a good way. I feel like a reason why I don't like too much music nowadays is because it's all so sexualized. I feel like, apologies if you really like female rappers, but I feel like there are definitely exceptions. Lauryn Hill, for example, is an amazing female rapper. There's what's the name? He done a fuck. I can't remember. There's a few that I really like. I can't remember the name of them, but there's a. I'll Google them. I'm just gonna Google female rapper, and it's gonna come up with all the people I hate straight away. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is a big topic. A topic yeah, exactly. I don't know half these people, but Nicki Minaj, she makes some alright music, I guess. Super sexualized in almost every lyric. Cardi B, super sexualized. Ice Spice, super sexualized. I mean, that's just in the name right there. I've never heard any of this woman's music, but I've heard that she's pretty good. So again, I've never heard any myself. But as I said, it looks like all the shitters have come up. And they all like seemingly a lot of women just rap about sex. I mean, you could say the same for men. They all rap about drugs, money, killing, and stuff like that for sure. But I feel like there definitely are lyricists out there that do rap about quite a bit more than that. But I don't know. I just feel like in general, the kind of hip hop and such nowadays, a lot of music nowadays is more about how sexual it is. Not just the lyrics, but like the performance with it as well, like the music video and stuff like that. A little bit disgusting. It's a little bit disgusting. So yeah, who am I looking for here? Obviously, again, Lauryn Hill, legend right there. I've never heard this woman rap, but I've seen her in a few movies. Who's it I'm looking for here? I don't know if I'll be able to see, able to find. I don't think so. I don't think I'll be able to find the woman I'm talking about. No, I won't. I can't remember for the bloody life of me, and she's not too popular. Yeah, I just hate how sexualized, especially it is nowadays. Every music video you just see is just like almost bare naked women, and I see it everywhere as well. Everyone's fucking going on about this, like Doja Cat, Ice Spice, all this bloody bullshit on Twitter, man. See it everywhere. It's like, do you guys actually listen to the music, or are you just watching the video? We can't. I'll get back to this now. Enough about that rant. And I need to work even harder after this. See, I really want to find out who I was talking about, because I remember I used to listen to her music in college, and I used to love it. I always used to listen to it when I was doing like a project or something in college. I really want to find it now. That's annoying. I hate stuff like that. when I remember something I love, but I just can't remember like the details on it to actually get it back up. I mentioned before about there being a game. There's a game where I control, and it's not Spyro. A game where I control like a dragon, and it being like really fun. But I only ever played it once. I lost the disc for it. I've got something that might be able to help me find it. You know. Let's go on a. You guys can skip maybe like 5 minutes ahead, but I'm gonna go on a little trip here because I've got. This is how my brain works. I've got someone that fits in the movie of where I first heard this song, Zoe Kravitz. Okay, and she was in the movie. None of these. She was this woman is very beautiful. She was in a kind of Dope. That's the movie. I really enjoyed this movie. Pretty damn good movie. This movie, Dope. If any of you guys want to check it out, it's good ratings as well. Yeah. Again, it's actually a very fun movie. Very fun. It's been a while since I watched it. Fucking hell, 2015. So who does songs in this? Dope 2015 soundtrack. Tribe Called Quest, Legendary. Maybe they don't do songs for this. Huh. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe they yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Huh. Q-Tip, another legend. I didn't realise how many legends worked on this. Fucking hell. Rakim, Nas, Pharrell Williams. What the fuck? Corn. I need to go back and watch this movie. And Corn. Any of you guys have heard that song? No, I can hear the song I'm thinking about right now. Might end up cutting this all out of the video, to be honest with you. Is it Casey Veggies? Is that who I'm thinking of right now? Surely not. I don't recognise his name at all. It is. Shit. I don't know. I guess Casey Veggies is the guy. Dej Loaf. Dej Loaf. I can't believe I found this finally. See, that's how like I forget these things, and then I've got like some link that links to something else that links to this, and blah 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 blah. And that's how I end up finding half the shit I'm looking for. Dej Loaf. Yeah, this woman here, I think she's a very great singer. I haven't heard anything from her in a long time, but she's got a lovely voice, and she's pretty good. Okay, cool. I'll have to look up some more music from her after this. Well, that wasn't too long, was it? Again, hopefully you guys skip through that. As I said, not a kind of mainstream artist, so hard to find. Okay, where are we? There we go. So yeah, apologies about that. Again, so my brain kind of gets stuck on those things. I get really like pissed off unless I find it sometimes. That was awesome. Hey, can I stage dive while we're playing? No way. Who's gonna stop her? You can say no, but she'll probably do it anyways. The crowd will eat you alive. I think I saw something recently about that as well, like someone going in there and people. I think it was like iShow Speed, wasn't it? Who got it wasn't like a stage dive, but he was in like some European country and he got his hair ripped out and stuff. I do imagine, especially as a woman, you'd probably get groped all over the place, and maybe things stolen from you, at your pockets or something. I don't know. That's the thing I always hate about human nature. I found this especially when I was growing up. Like I did used to steal. I won't lie. When I was about 13 or 14, I used to go into the shop after school and just like I'd shove a ice cream down my pants or something. I remember especially one funny time was me and my friend went and done it, and it dropped out of my trousers, so I ended up just like kicking it all the way out the store. And it was fucking hilarious, but obviously again looking back, it just wrong. But I did used to steal. Again, I ended up getting caught, and then that was the last time I ever stole. But I really hated, especially after I learned that lesson, I really hated, like even to this day, like I wouldn't say friends of mine, but people I know, because again, looking back, they weren't really friends if they stole from you. Like everyone would just like steal from everyone, and like no one would, like it was just like weird, just how a lot of like my friend group, again I had like a close friend group, and then I had like friends, like acquaintances and such, like I go to parties with and whatever, like I'd see them at parties and stuff like that, and just like all those people would just like steal whenever they got the opportunity. Like again, I used to smoke, so I'd bring like tobacco to a party and such, and you wouldn't have that tobacco by the end of the night. You wouldn't have it whatsoever, because someone would just be stealing it. And I just like found it weird. I used to have a really good, well, again, I thought it was a really good friend that I used to be quite close with, and he always used to just steal from his friends for some reason. I remember I left my hat round his one time, and then it's just like, oh, it's not there, and it never saw that again, and stuff like that. And I just always found that quite weird. Why people, yeah, steal from their friends and such, and just act like it's nothing. I don't know. Again, I didn't used to be any better, so who am I to talk? But like I said, after I learned that lesson, it just like that was like, oh yeah, these people, they're not really your friends if they like steal from you and don't tell you and stuff like that. So yeah, you can say no, but she'll probably do it anyways. Like especially the fact that I'd say I'm not from the most well off family or anything ever, and some of them much better off than I was and stuff, and they used to steal from me. I don't know if it's like a habit. Like, I'm currently watching Breaking Bad right now. Sorry to keep going on these tangents, but really enjoying that. Just finished season 1 and just started season 2, and there's a bit of a stealing going on there. So I feel like it's maybe a similar situation to that, where it's just like a habit, or like not a hobby, but like some kind of like compulsion to steal or something. I don't know. You can say no, but she'll probably do it anyways. The crowd will eat you alive. But what a way to die. That reminds me of the Shaun of the Dead. As well as, is it what Living Dead is it? There's so fucking many. Is it Return? No, it's not Return. It's not Night. It's of the Living Dead movies. There's so many. The issue. Hard to tell which one's which. Day of the Dead, I think it might be. I think it might be Day of the Dead I'm perhaps thinking about. No. No. What the hell? Oh, that's that's the Mexican tradition, of course. Yeah, it is. Day of the Dead I'm thinking about here, where this guy gets like ripped open. It'd be quite similar to that. That movie's alright. Again, it's got a few legendary zombies like the one you just saw there, but overall it's not the most enjoyable of the Dead movie for me. Dawn is probably my favourite. Both the remake and the original. I like them both. I've probably watched the original more, which is strange considering again I was in prime age to watch the remake, but the remake's good as well. Stage dive to death. Yeah. Nobi, you got a radio interview to do before you die. No problem. And I'll jam our new song too. What's my schedule? Any interviews? I cleared your schedule because Ren's home waiting for you. She's right. Ren's back from England. I mean, I didn't forget. Wow. Maybe for a second. I feel nervous. On the topic of Breaking Bad, she's also wearing a quite Walter-esque hat. I'm nervous because I feel like I can't make any mistakes. I have to try to relax and enjoy myself. Then things will be alright on their own. It's just like playing a good show. What kind of relationship is that though? Why do you feel like you can't make any mistakes? That kind of feeling kind of sucks. Like we've been saying this whole time, pretty much. It does feel like ever since they got back together, yeah, it's been just like slowly kind of like drifting away and apart. Ren and Osaki, doesn't it? Which sucks because Ren is. I mean, don't get me wrong, Nana's super invested in this relationship as well, but this is like everything to Ren almost. You kind of feel like if he breaks up with Nana, it's just like it's really terrible news. Really terrible news for him. I've never been that way with a woman where I've cared that much that it's like all or nothing. But I can imagine where Ren, like, again, it's not. I don't think it's been outwardly kind of. It probably has, but I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if it's been outwardly fully said or not. But I feel like she is kind of his everything in a way. I don't know. Maybe that sounds super cringe. I don't know. Well, here goes nothing. Hello, darling. Congratulations. Sorry for coming home late. I'll make dinner right away. Yeah, this is weird. Is this Nana Osaki right here? Seems more like Komatsu. No, don't. You're tired and you're acting weird. Okay, I'm glad he thinks so as well. That's quite cute though, the fact that she willing to do this. Dress up like a home wife, get the food ready. Look all cute. I'm just really hungry. You better be too. And let's just get takeout. You're really tired. Let her cook, man. Let her cook for you. I'm not tired at all. Actually, I feel really hyper. Yokohama's area is totally massive. Yokohama Arena is totally massive. So Ren, how'd recording go? Does the sound really better because it's less humid in England? I imagine, like they say that, I imagine it's a tiny difference to be honest with you, isn't it? Like, Do songs from England sound better than songs from Japan? I don't think so. I don't think so. That's what Hachi said. Again, I imagine that has maybe less than 1% effect on your sound of your song. What? Well, maybe in the summertime, but things aren't that different in the winter. It's actually probably more humid there now. What the hell? Does England ever get more humid than Japan? I don't think so. I heard Japan's a really humid place, though England can be quite humid, especially during the summer. How humid is... Wow, the first thing that comes up is the UK. Maybe that's because I'm from the UK. Probably like location-based searching here, perhaps. Cost 28 degrees in Japan right now. Fucking hell. Has hot and humid summers and cold winters with very heavy snow. Sounds a lot like England. God, 35 degrees in Japan. Fucking hell, that's ruthless. Not sure I've ever had 35 degree hit in the UK. I think the closest we've had is like 32, maybe 31 while I've been alive. And right now, classic. This summer, yeah, it's raining. It's not raining where I am right now, though. God, what? What's this? Is that true? It's gonna be 31 Monday? No way, that's true. Oh my god. What the fuck? This is also weird because our summer in the UK this year seemed to start really late. We had like a month or two where it just wasn't summer when it should have been. I guess it's been like, I guess the global warming's delayed it. What the fuck? So yeah, it looks like we're gonna have a super hot, and of course it's gonna be 31 degrees. It's gonna be raining. How much more English can you get? Fucking joke, isn't it? So yeah, I guess both Japan and England are quite humid, I guess. Okay. Again, I always assumed Japan was much more humid than the UK, but I guess they're slightly similar. Again, I've never really felt it'd be humid in the UK other than during like summer. Some days where it would be like not sunny and just like grey, but really fucking hot. So Takemi's just lying to Hachi. Is she alright? So then why bother going to England to record? To brag? Dunno. See another one of Takumi's mistresses, probably. Although I do feel like the UK, we've definitely got some attractive women here, but I think most of the time you'll find that a lot of the attractive women in the UK are actually from other countries. I've seen some attractive English women, yeah, but I'd say other countries like Spain, Russia, Japan, a lot of Asian places have a lot more attract. Like if there was 100 women, I think a lot of other places would have a lot more attractive women in the UK. But again, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of attractive women in the UK. It's kind of funny when Americans talk about that. I saw an interesting post the other day, like about how Americans, like how many Americans, blah blah blah. But Americans aren't actually Americans, are they? Because I think, again, from what I don't know. Again, I'm not very great at history, but I'm pretty sure America's always been like a melding pot of all these other nations. So there's not actually such thing as a real American, is there? They're all from other places. I don't know if that like checks out or what, but I found that quite interesting. I was like, oh yeah, you know what? Americans don't actually exist. as terrible as that sounds, Americans aren't actually a thing. They're actually, like, again, a melding pot of all these other nations that I guess makes them American. I don't know. I guess because you don't have to worry about people watching you, especially for Reira. Why does Takumi spoil Reira so much? Is that what it seems like? That's so weird. Well, I think so. I think there's something going on there. I feel bad for Hachi. Fucking Ren. There might be something going on between Ren and fucking Rayra. Who knows? I definitely feel like there could be. I definitely feel like there could be. That sentence makes sense, doesn't it? You get what I mean. I've definitely got a feeling that there could be. Well, I think if they'd gotten together a long time ago, things wouldn't be so complicated now. What do you mean, complicated? Well, like with Hachika, then she wouldn't have had to break up with Nobu. What are you hiding from me? Fucking hell. I mean, it's one thing holding a knife to him, but you're not even holding that, like, that's not stable right there, that knife. That could go flying at any second. What are you hiding from me? This sounds too weird. You better not have hooked up with Rayra. He hasn't just yet, I don't think, but again, could be a possibility. Although I'm not sure if it is a possibility why he's with Osaki. There's definitely something there with those two, I think. Either they're just like really good friends, or I don't know. Rayra doesn't think of me like that. Never did, and we've never seen anything from Rayra to suggest that, have we? With Ren, it's a bit. I wouldn't explicitly say we have seen anything like that from Ren, but seeing the two be awful close. I don't know. I don't know why. Because I'm not bored. That's what you deserve. So how's Shin doing? Not too good. He seems totally lost. No will to live, actually. And you know what? Osaki does look great with this outfit on as well. Casual, but I think it really suits her. She looks very beautiful in this shot. Ren, you're coming to our show tomorrow, right? Give him a pep talk before the concert, will you? Ring. Hey Shin. Please don't sleep in tomorrow. Actually, Gin told me to take you back to the dorms tonight. I'm back from later. So, did he hang up on? I guess he hung up on Ren. I flew back to Japan today. No matter what you think of me, no matter who says what, I can't forget you, Shin. I don't want to pretend like nothing happened. Do you know what I almost cried over yesterday? Again, it's been a while since I played it, but the letter from Silent Hill 2. Man, that shit gets to me. That shit gets to me. I've never had especially a horror game affect me so much, honestly, on an emotional level. On my first playthrough, I was like, yeah, this game's good, but it's nothing major. But once I got like all the different endings and such, that is like, if you guys have never played that game, you don't have to play any of the others. Although Silent Hill 3 is also a fantastic game. I've never played one myself, but I know the lore of Silent Hill 1, and I've seen the movie as well, although I think the movie does take a few liberties. Yeah, if you guys want to play a masterpiece of a horror game, definitely try and check out Silent Hill 2, because it's hard to get your hands on nowadays unless you emulate it. But man, that game is a masterpiece. And as I said, that letter is, like, in general, the story, one of the best. Like, it might take a couple playthroughs if you really want to delve into the story and such, but man, that like it stuck with me big time. I want to talk to you again, so please call me. I always heard it was great, but yeah, it took till I actually checked out myself. Like, oh, wow. I want to talk to you again, so please call me. I'm waiting for you to call me. Okay, it's hard for me not to cry when I when I read the Mary's letter. Hey, did you hear me? Shut up. It's delivered beautifully as well. I don't see why my going home should be such a big problem. Well, it is. The question is, why is it such a problem, Mr. Shin? But you're late again. But if you're late again, it's everyone's problem. I know. I promise I'll get up on time tomorrow. So just let me do what I want when I'm not working. So, I'm going to guess this, obviously, I say guess, a very educated guess in the fact that he met up with the prostitution woman again. I imagine he's working nights, is what I'm imagining, and that's why he's waking up late, because he's spending the night out. Maybe he's working from home, the women are coming to him, I don't know. Alright, I'll come get you early in the morning, is that cool? But rehearsal's in the afternoon, so you can sneak in the dorm while everyone's still asleep. Please understand the position I'm in. Alright, I'm sorry. Look, I know it's annoying. You just go back and forth between work and the dorms. You've got no off time to go off on your own. It'd drive me crazy. But everyone else can pull it off. They're solid. I'm the screw up. Well, really? Yasu and Nobu have both hooked up with girls in the dorms. They're having fun. They're screwing around. Oh. And maybe I should hook up with Misato. He's right next door. What are you saying? Don't! The Prez will kill you. What the hell? Why would he care? Well, Mai, is a very competent starver who the Prez really trusts. That's all I mean. That's all I meant. Hey, it's Sumika. Sumika Morishita always comes to our concerts. She's my fan. Don't make me laugh. I just used you to get what I want. Oh damn. I was watching this show every week. I forgot about it. Really? You watch soaps? Do I know you? I used to watch British soaps. But well, it's not from choice, but my parents always used, and they still do. And I really don't understand it. I quit watching soaps when I was like in my mid-teens because I realised it's like, wow, this shit's been going on for 60 years or something, like 40 years this TV show's been going on for. Who the fuck still cares about this stuff? It's like, what kind of story is it if it's just a never-ending story? It's like, it's not, surely it's, I mean, it's not great in general. There's a few like drama-filled moments and such. There was always like a Christmas episode or something that'd go crazy, and there was a few hilarious moments. But I just thought, wow, it's just like boring everyday people shit every day on TV. It's just like, yeah, just realize how shit it is. Give it, like, if you're into soaps, especially like the British soaps, take a month or two off and then go back and watch an episode, and you'll see just how absolute crap they are. But it's just like such an English tradition of sorts for adults just to watch the soaps on, like, they're at a certain time every day. It's like programmed. It's almost like work, but work pleasure, if that makes sense. I don't know. Again, I got kind of forced to watch them. I remember as a kid every day, I think I might have mentioned this before, every day at 6 p.m. Simpsons were there and would never miss an episode, man. I can't remember what was on just before The Simpsons. There was always something not nearly as good on that I'd watched before The Simpsons, but at 6 p.m. Simpsons would hit like crack, man. It was like, yeah, it was beautiful as a kid. I remember just having so much fun watching it. Classic Simpsons. Always my favourites were always, you guys know I'm a massive horror fan, my favourites were always the Treehouse of Horror Simpsons episodes. They were always amazing. Loads of awesome references. Actually tapes it and makes me watch it. Then I got totally addicted. Watch it with me. It's really good. It's cool though. I'm sure she's got it all on tape. Watch it and study up. You're going to act in one, right? No way. I thought they're making you do it. Ginpei tried, but the press turned it down and said I don't have to if I hate it that much. He looks scary, but he's a good guy. Well, that's too bad. I wanted to see you on TV. I think it'd be hilarious. This Tamago Yaki's good. Tamago. Ooh, what was Tamago again? I'm gonna try and think about. No. Omelette roll. Yeah, no. I think Tamago does mean eggs, right? I don't know what Yaki is. I guess roll. I think Tamago's an egg, but I could be wrong about that. Yeah, it does. But I wasn't gonna remember that. It's because they always use. I can't remember what it was, but there was always a show that called Person Egghead. I know, right? Hachi taught me. Sparkle. That's why it's so fluffy, just like Hachiko. Wow. Yeah, that's the way she rolls. Well, it's been quite a lovely time so far with these two, hasn't it? None of that badness I was talking about just yet. None of that distance, that thing in the middle. Yeah. Things are going well. We're making good conversation, and Ren seems to be having a good time. What's so funny? Yeah. If things stay like this, we could live together forever. I'm hanging out with Hachi again. The band's doing well. Everything's alright. Except a few things. Except your mother, Misuzu, that whole situation, which I guess doesn't affect her too much. Shin definitely affects her a lot. Considering the whole band. So that's kind of hanging by a shoestring. So that's just how the world works, though, isn't it? It's just like everything's going amazing and well, and like everything's going to plan, and then just like one thing goes wrong, and then the shoe drops, and then it like lands on 10 other pairs of shoes that are now hanging by threads, and then they end up dropping, and then there's all these problems. I hope that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but yeah, it's just how it is. Everything 1 minute's going perfect, the other minute everything's about like 10 minutes later, everything's about to hit the fan. Unfortunately. Stump. And yeah, quite ironic. No problems, and then we got a shot of Shin. Good evening. So who the fuck is this guy? Seen him before, haven't we? Shinichi? Long time no see. What's a celebrity like you doing here? Have we seen this guy? Maybe we haven't seen this guy before. I imagine he's another prostitute, perhaps. Hello? I'm talking to you. It's about time you learned to speak Japanese. I came to pick up my stuff. Your room's gone, dude. Oh shit. That's his brother? So it's not a prostitute. I guess that's quite a rude accusation to make to someone, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're a prostitute. Apologies. Okay, so that's his bro. Seems just slightly condescending, what we've seen. Your room's gone, dude. Dad turned it into his library. This is his house. Fucking hell. Size of the hallway. It's ridiculous. God, you never like that look in a show, do you? That night I was wrapped in Ren's arms for the first time in a month, as I came again and again. Is that what I'm thinking that is? As I came again and again? Is that what I think that is? Or am I being... Maybe I'm being too over-sexual. I wondered which would be better. Dying in Ren's arms or dying on stage. Why either? Why is dying got to be in there? Why not being on stage or in Ren's arms? Why does that have to be dying? Is that what I think it is? I imagine it is, but I'm not sure it makes sense if it isn't. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Why does it matter? I can live happily with Ren and sing as much as I want. I won't regret a thing, even if I die alone in the gutter. What's important is how you live your life. Hey, Takumi, last concert is tonight, so I'm going out. Are you still mad at me? No. There's that Hachi influence. The influence we saw on Osaki is right here. Again, lovely. Lovely. Looks beautiful, doesn't she? Not at all. Not at all, huh? That's some interesting ketchup right there. Pretty well done ketchup of that, by the way. Black ketchup. Right. Sachi. When is her baby due is a question I've got. How long have we got to wait? She doesn't look massive right now, does she? But yeah, I wonder how long we got to that. Are we gonna see that, do you reckon, is a good question? We might not even see it. The manga might go on hiatus by that point. Hi Yasu, good morning. Are you psyched for the tour to start? Nana, is Shin over there? Wow. Ah, she got excited. Sorry guys. Oh. She got excited. Sad. I think we've all had that before. I sent a super important text to someone and they've replied. Oh no, it's just a notification from something. Risky text. I haven't sent a risky text in a long time. I remember doing it quite often in high school. Takumi. Hello? Reira, is Shin with you? You don't have to lie. I know everything. If you're back with him, tell me the truth. How'd you know? So he's there? No, he's not. And who told you? And what do you know? I can tell just by watching you. You thought I didn't notice? This is a pretty horrible conversation for Hachi to have to like eavesdrop in. If he's there, put him on the phone. He's not here. There's no way he'd come over. Alright then. Fine. So those eyes are quite interesting there, aren't they? They're slightly kind of relaxed in terms of like he's relaxed that's not the case. But they're also a little bit sad. I don't know. Like 2% sad, like maybe disappointment at the fact that he's hearing Rayra cry like this. It's like disappointment, but kind of much less intense than the eyes we saw from him a minute ago here. Interesting expression, that. Also, the soundtrack, the Silent Hill 2 is fucking phenomenal as well. The whole game is just phenomenal. The gameplay isn't the best, don't get me wrong, but the story and such really does make up for it. Alright then, fine. I think if you like Nana, you again as weird as this Link is, I think if you do like Nana, you will like Silent Hill 2. It's a love story in a sense. I'm not gonna say any more than that. Ding dong. It is Ren. Wanting to see Harry again so quickly, are you, Mr. Ren? Ren? What's wrong? Shin's really not here? Why? What's wrong with Shin? I'm so sorry. You fucking weasel. This is what Ginpei's thinking right here. You fucking weasel. Don't apologise, it's too late. And what do you mean he's not here? He's not anywhere. Did you really look for him? Ginpei. Where's Shin? That's the question. That's the golden question right now, isn't it? That's what everyone's asking, Nana. Come on. No one knows. Did you find him? According to his assistant, he didn't come down to the lobby and he wouldn't answer his cell phone. So he rang the doorbell. Fucking Shin, man. Then a guy who's apparently Shin's older brother answered. He saw Shin in the hallway yesterday, but Shin didn't go in the apartment. And like another thing about like seeing the future segments, as terrible as this sounds, this whole like, oh, what's Shin up to right now? And like the possibility of something majorly bad happening to him, or him doing something majorly bad. I'm not going to outwardly say it, but him doing something majorly bad to himself is like it's out of the equation because we've seen the future. It's like it's not there's less tension in scenes like this because of that. Like we know Shin's going to end up all right, so like it doesn't make this less interesting per se, but it definitely like affects the way we see it now because we've seen how things end up. Like, again, we know he's going to at least be alive in the future. At least. So, yeah. I'm not overly worried for him right now, if you know what I'm saying. Whereas, if I didn't know that, I would be quite worried right now. He's blah, 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 blah. He never stayed there at all. You know anywhere else Shin might be? Yes. There's this apartment. Whose apartment? I only did what I was trained to do by a woman who's a perv and into pretty boys. There's a lot more where I came from. Drinking and smoking. That woman taught him the evil ways of the world. I don't see why you're making this into such a big deal. He'll come back eventually. Eventually isn't good enough. We have to find him quickly or else we'll miss our rehearsal. We've got a big concert tonight. Shin isn't so irresponsible he'd skip out on this. He's not like you. Well, fucking hell, guys. I mean, that was quite stupid of her to say, but calm down, guys. Come on now. Look at Nobu. He's not like you. That's the fucking dig right there, Ginpei. Fucking hell. I feel like you see this a lot in bands, don't you? I feel like Blink-182 is a good example. Like, people can be replaced. I mean, they've replaced people in Trap Nest, haven't they? Ren's a replacement himself. They might have like a friend that can do. Well, we know that they don't, but they could have like a friend they could call that could do the same position Shin does. I think he's on the bass. I'm not sure. He's either guitar or bass. I can't really remember, to be honest with you. But yeah, they could have like a friend come in for like one night and do his role. I guess it's not that big a deal. People pay to see who they want to see. Like the people have their favorites, like Shin and like Yasu, don't they? What's her name? The real Misato's friend is in love with. Is it Yasu? I can't remember if it's Yasu or Nobu. Might be Shin. I think it's Shin actually, isn't it? So yeah, everyone has their favourites that they want to see, and that would be a major disappointment to those people for sure. But it's not the end of the world. He hasn't been eating right lately. Maybe he passed out and got sent to ER. They'd call the agency. Yeah. He must have overslept at a friend's place. A friend? You know, it's some chick. But what if he got into an accident somewhere? Poor baby Shin. Again, they'd call the agency. Ring. I really do like Ginpei. He's a great addition, Ginpei, isn't he? He could have been a proper bag addition considering his role. You usually don't like these kind of people, but he's got a lot of really good personality and aura. He's got a nice aura about him, hasn't he? Playful and fun. And again, I love the fact he was voiced by was it Madao in the anime? It's a massive shame because he loses a lot of points for not having a voice actor in the manga here. Yeah, he's still awesome. Why is it giving me the English fucking voice actor? No one wants to know that. No, not the manga. Yep, on another excursion right here, guys. Hopefully this one won't take us long. There we go. The Nana. Do you reckon this will ever get like a remake? I feel like eventually it will, right? Although probably a bit scared to do it because of the fact that it's on hiatus. But I feel like where the anime did end, I don't think it needs a remake. Don't get me wrong. I feel like where the anime did end is actually a really good ending point. Like again, I wouldn't have been mad whatsoever if it just ended there. There's a few anime like that doesn't actually have an ending point yet. End up on a really good note. And this is one of those for sure. I wouldn't be opposed to a remake with the same style, same voice actors, same soundtrack, but with the material that we've read. But I'm not mad that if that never happens, I wouldn't be too mad though, to be honest with you. Especially because I've read the manga now. Okay, he's probably going to be quite low down here, isn't he? I'm not sure why it does this in like. It doesn't do this by. Yeah, he's got one. He's only got one favorite, bless him. I think this is Madhouse voice actor. Yeah, it is. This guy is a legend. This guy adds so much personality to every character he does, but for Ginpei again, it's just like, yeah. I love that. I love that voice actor. One of my favorites. It's a very comedic tone. Very good at comedy he is. What the fuck was that? Popped up on my screen just there. Oh, here's Elvis. It's the agency. He got in an accident. Stop acting like an idiot. Answer the phone quick. Hello? Oh, Yasu. Nana? I've got bad news. What is it? Okay, good. But again, I say that like I'm relieved. As I said, there's no worry about him like anything majorly bad happening to Shin, is there? It's a shame. Shin got arrested. For what? What is Shin getting arrested for? Well, that's just about as bad as it can get, though. Although this guy's got a lot of money, maybe they can bail him out. I don't know. I don't know if it works like that in Japan. Yeah, I mean, literally kind of trapped per se. So I don't think he'll be performing tonight. So what did he get arrested for? Prostituting? I don't think he does anything else illegal, does he? Hey, Hachi. Are you living every day like it's your last, with no regrets? That sounds like a toilet doormat, doesn't it? Are you living every day like it's your last, with no regrets? And again, I do find it quite interesting how that's changed, hasn't it? From over time, from Hey Nana to Hey Hachi. Have we seen it from Hachi's perspective, this ending yet? Is it still Hey Nana from her point of view, perhaps? I think it is. Again, I'm not really sure. He definitely doesn't say Hey Osaki. So perhaps it is still Hey Nana from Hachi's perspective. What was going on there? This is the start of the next. I guess this is the start of the next one. What was that about? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. My doorbell did just ring, so I'm going to wrap this up quickly. Do let me know what you guys thought about this chapter down in the comment section. It was a pretty good chapter today. Again, a little annoying, as I said, just the fact that the tension's kind of taken out of it a bit, just from the fact that we know the future. Sorry I keep saying that, but it's just such a point of why I hate things like that. The fact that it really, like, it just spoils it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Spoiled it in a good way, perhaps, because you're worried, but a feeling of worry is like a good thing. Although you think that's a bad thing, it's a good thing when you're reading fiction. So yeah, just a bit of a shame about that, but pretty damn good chapter in general. Quite wholesome, but as I said, it definitely does feel like things are like hanging by a thread a little bit. This kind of perfect kind of, obviously we see at the end here it kind of go a little bit to shit, but it's kind of perfect situation, kind of again hanging by a thread. But yeah, again, do let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Leave a like on the video if you guys would like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I'll be back next week with chapter 68, I believe. So yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys then. Might be 69, not really sure actually. No, 68. So yeah, see you guys then, and have a good rest of your day.